The pictures of who we're talking about. It's always nice to see who's who here. So, Reb Mordechai Gershon Spalte, who we told stories about, this is Shalom Spalte's grandfather, the Sunika Rov. He was the one that gave the Rebbe in Yechidus his whole Chibur and Pchira, which I told you that story. Now we're telling you stories of Shalom himself and his father, the Hirsch Melech, and that's Hirsch Melech. This is, we're davening in there yet. Tzvi Elimelech, our eldest grandson, is named after him, Elimelech Spalte. Okay, you got a picture to the face, or rather, face to the picture. So we told the story yesterday of Sholem, Rabbi Spalte's bar mitzvah, when the Rebbe told his father, Chos HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mamayim Shel Yisrael, and he should exchange the Archava Gashmi for Archava Ruchni, and he decided, the father, that means to Chazat to Maimorim, which he did. And the tremendous Nachas Ruach that the Rebbe had when this was reported to him just before the bar mitzvah and the Yechidus which they had. Now he's, fast forward, 1972. That was Tavshin Chavav, Rabbi Spalte's bar mitzvah himself. Now his brother, one of his brothers, is becoming bar mitzvah. So, in honor of his bar mitzvah, Shalom Rabbi Spalte relates, my father, the Tzvi Elimelech of Hirsch Melech Spalte, asked me to write a pilpul that the younger brother should say his bar mitzvah. So he says, this whole arichas, he said a pilpul based on what the famous the Rebbe's Hadron, the Rebbe said Yud Alef Nissen Tavshel Lamed Beis. That was a very dicke Farbrengen in the 70 years. Shnas HaShivim, one of the great milestones, hallmarks in the Rebbe's Nesius. So the Rebbe said in a very dicke Hadron on Masechta Pesachim, it's a printed look at the Sichos, where he explains there Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Akiva and their two different shittas in Shas. Big Chiddush of them based on the Rogatchover that Tanoim, Amaroyim have a certain kav, and that is expressed in all of them Achleikusin, Shammai and Hillel, that I've spoken about many times. There's a whole kuntis on that. And likewise Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Akiva. At any rate, I'm just going to tell you, it's interesting. So this caused a tremendous shturim, in the amongst the Lomdim. And that year at the Kinnis Torah, which the Rebbe says after every Yom Tov should be a Kinnis Torah. So on the day after Achon Shal Pesach was the Kinnis Torah for that year. So it was tremendous koch in the Rebbe's Hadron, and he remembers that Zalman's father, Leibel Kaplan, and also Rabbi Shapiro, Leibel Shapiro, Miami, they were friends and chavrusas. So both of them said, Meidedike Pilpulim on this Inyan that the Rebbe spoke about Yud Alef Nissen. And the whole koch. It used to be a very beautiful time then. They were spoken Inyan and the Bachim that not just Bachim, in Galait. This was the talk of the day. So at that time, that's the context. At that time, my one of my brothers turns bar mitzvah. So he, Shalom Spalte, also wrote an Inyan on Rabbi Shmuel, Rabbi Akiva, based on the Rebbe's Yisod, based on the Sikha. And I connected it to Shlichus b'mitzvahs, because he's now becoming a bar mitzvah, and Shlichus as applies to mitzvahs, someone doing a mitzvah for you. Whole sugya. He said, I wrote a whole pilpul. So I gave the pilpul to my father. He says, this is not for your brother. He's not so fluent in Lashon HaKodesh. And here, number one, and I'm writing the Yukim in the K'tzos HaChosh, the K'tzos, for those who know what that is. So I said to my father, Tate, he asked him to write a pilpul. I wrote a pilpul. It's hard for me to write this in Yiddish and to go. So I said to my father, you go over it, and you make it in Yiddish. You redo it and simplify it, which my father did, Rabbi Shmelech did. Now I'm going to get cliffhangers. They go into Yechidus for the Bar Mitzvah. This is not me, my father and my brother. So my father brought with him the pilpul that he had worked over and made in Yiddish. And he made copies, and he was intending to give the Rebbe a copy. Never wanted to see and hear always. The Dvar Torah that the Bar Mitzvah boy is saying, often they would ask him in Yechidus, which happened to Sholem and happened to many. So the Rebbe looks at it and he says, my father gives him the Yiddish pilpul. So the Rebbe says, Mr. Bar Mitzvah boy needs it. So my father said, we have copies. And that's for the Rebbe. But nonetheless, having heard that, the Rebbe still gives my father back the pilpul and doesn't want to take it. So we'll see what happens behemshech in that Yechidus. Very strange thing. He's giving it to him. He says, we have copies. The Rebbe says, nonetheless, you keep it. And you'll see what happens.
Thank you very much.